So good evening, everyone. The webinar is on early career building. So as you have seen on the flyer and all, so we'll be talking on building meaningful connections, talking on LinkedIn strategization and optimization, and also how to take career development courses. So we are going to start now. So what you need before we start, I think, can get a journal or maybe a notebook that you can use to write. You can get a pen also, and you also need an internal drive for success. You have to be motivated internally that you want to achieve anything that you are committed to achieving. So yeah, let's go on. So we'll start with how to build meaningful connections. So we'll talk about choosing a career and building connections. So on choosing a career, so what you first need to do as an individual is self-assessment. You need to evaluate yourself. What are the things that naturally interest you? What are your strengths? What do you think you can do without getting tired? What are your values? What are the values you attach to your own personal life? What are your passions? Things that you strongly do or strongly like. So these activities that you have an inner drive for and they align with your value, you need to write them down in your journal. I don't know if you have the journal with you now. Just write them down. Things that you think they are your particular strengths or things that just interest you. It might be a long list, can even be a whole page. Just write it down and get a place to start from. Record that in your journal. So that's like you assessing yourself and knowing the things that you do strongly. So also you need research. Now that you have evaluated yourself, you need to like match your skills to career opportunities. Like what are the different career opportunities you think, like for example, now let's say I personally, I like writing and I like reading. So what are the career opportunities that are long line? I can be a researcher. I can read articles, I can read papers, and I can write my own papers. I can read books, I can write books. So I'm just giving an example specifically. So you need to, like, after you know what you like doing and what interests you or what you are gifted for particularly. So you need to do research on what job opportunities are in that particular area. So also record those potential career paths. Can be 10, can be 5. Just get something to start with. Record it on another page of your journal. So what else you need to do is that when you have those all those career paths, you also need to like write out the qualification required. For example, if I think I'm someone that I'm very observant, so let me say I would like to be a medical doctor, and of course I know that the qualification to be a medical doctor is I have to go to medical school. That means I have to go to university. But if I've not taken JAMB before, that means I have to start looking for a way to write JAMB in such a way that I'm going to pass and reach the cutoff to enter medicine in a university. I'm just giving examples. It can even be tech. Let's say I want to be a data analyst because I think I'm very good at getting insights from data. So I know that to be a data analyst, what do you need to do? You need to take courses around data analysis. You need to learn data analysis. Maybe it's Power BI, maybe it's Excel. Just know the predicted career path and know the qualification that you need to actually advance in that particular career. So also you need to set goals. When I talk about goals, I always say is not a one-way thing. In setting goals, you have long-term goals and you have short-term goals. Let me what is it? Now that you have decided on a career path and you know the qualifications required, it is time to set your goals. So let's say now you know your interest, you know your passion, you have different career paths. Then you've now chosen a particular interest that you want to pursue as a career. Then you know the career, that specific career path you want to choose. Now you need to like set your goals. Long-term goal and short-term goal. Long-term goal is like what you want to do in the long run. I was giving an example of somebody who wants to study medicine. Of course, my long-term goal for like 10 years will be that I want to go through medical school. Do you understand? So after having like that 10 years or 7 years long-term goal, I need to have short-term goals that will make that long-term goal possible. For example, I can say in the next 3 months, I need to carry my chemistry, my physics, my biology, my English, my mathematics. Okay, mathematics is not really important. So those 4 core courses, I need to read them very well so that I'm going to excel in my JAMB. That's like the short-term plan that will make the next step of your long-term plan possible. I think you understand. So if just to confirm that you're going along with me, you can just drop messages that you're following me in the chat box. Also, you need to, I said you need to break it into short-term goals, things you must do every year, every month, every day, in fact, every hour and every minute. So you need to like break those plans down and know where next you are going. So your career choice will determine your lifestyle. So to determine how you are going to live for the next 10 years. Of course, if I want to be a medical doctor, I might have to read 5 hours or 4 hours daily if I'm already in medical school. So it determines your lifestyle because you know what you are looking for and you have to do what you need to do to get to that particular position. So let's talk about skills and education. So I said record what you need to achieve daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly in your journal. Also, let's move to skills. Skills and education. So I like the ones that you already have among the skills and education required for your career. So I was saying, for example, if you want to be a medical doctor, I'm just using that as an example. You can always relate it to your own career. So if like now you're already done with secondary school, that's something that I've achieved. So the next step is taking JAMB and doing post-UTME and entering university. So like, you know, the next step, you already achieved secondary school education. The next step is writing JAMB and entering university. For example, if you want to be a data analyst, for example, if I want to be a data analyst today, I already know how to use Microsoft Word. I know the basics of Excel. I can just say, let me take a certification course on data analytics and let me just go on Coursera and I'll take maybe Google Data Analytics certification or IBM Data Science certification, or I go on Udacity and I take data analyst nano degree, or I go somewhere and I take another course. So these are just examples that you can also apply in your own career field. So once you know the skills required for this particular career path, now you need to highlight the ones you have. Then the ones you don't have, you need to devise a plan, a long-term plan, also a short-term plan to get that skill in the calculated time for you to achieve your career. So record both in your journal and integrate them into your short-term and long-term plans. So we are moving on to connection building. We've talked about you deciding on a career, knowing what you want to do, building short-term and long-term plans, and what you need to do on a daily basis to achieve that particular career. So the next thing is connection building. So the first thing you need to do also here is research. There are a lot of people who have gone far in the career path you are choosing. You need to research these individuals and highlight them in your journal as models. So for example, I want to be an health analyst. So what I've done is that I went on LinkedIn, went on Twitter, went on Instagram, and I chose models, people that have actually gone in this line and they've achieved. So I look at their lifestyle, I follow their LinkedIn profile, check their posts, check everything, see what they've done to achieve this particular thing. Now I start recording, following their lifestyle and doing things they were doing when they were in my age. So just choose them as models. You can have 10, 20, 30 of them. So you just get an overview of what they did to get to where they are. So you can start building your own life around those particular templates, because the truth is succeeding is not magic. You have to have consistent plans and consistent work that you do to succeed. So you need to like write them down in your journal as models and you start working in their steps. So we'll talk better about this when we talk about LinkedIn. So later on in the webinar, we'll talk about that. Also, you need informational interviews. Now is the time to get mentors. You know, to have a model is different from having a mentor. For example, let's say I choose the Director General of World Health Organization as my model now. That's my model. I can easily get him to be my mentor. A mentor is somebody that actually helps you every step of the way. You report to this person. So this is what I did today. This is what I did this week. This is what I did this month. This is what I did in the last year. So the person now corrects you, assesses you. That's a mentor. A model is somebody that you just look up to and you follow the person's lifestyle. So you need to also get mentors apart from getting models. This is part of the person that there are people that will keep you in check of your career. They'll check things you do on a regular basis. So you can also choose them from your models. Maybe there's someone that I think you can actually access, you can write emails, you can maybe get their phone number and message them on WhatsApp. Just any way you can actually reach out to them to tell them that you want them to be your mentor. People who are still within a closer reach. So you can select a shortlist and record them in your journal. You can reach out to them formally through mail or a formal text and state what you need from them. So we are done with connection building. Okay, we have one more. We have internship and shadowing. So this is time to start looking for internships and start shadowing opportunities. What I mean about this is that you need to like also take internship. For example, now personally, I because I am to a large extent I'm a certified data analyst, and I said I want to be an health analyst. So I was looking for opportunities. If it's World Health Organization, if it's UNICEF, if it's UNESCO, or even within us, even if it's Jaja, if it's UCH, if it's Olioru, anywhere around that that moves along my career line that I can actually intend. It's not magic. You can just reach out to their head. This is what I want to do. This is my plan. This is what I can offer to your company. This is what I have. This is what I want to gain. So they can just connect with them and start. When you connect with people that have gone far in your field of choice, also people who are at a similar stage in your career path. So that's like internship and shadowing. When you connect with others, like when you connect with people who are in the same niche as you are. So those people will see opportunities, they can send it to you. You will see, you can send it to them. So like you guys will help yourself grow, and also people that are your mentors and your models, they can also see opportunities and they give them to you and you will grow. We'll also talk better about this when we start talking about LinkedIn. Also, networking and flexibility. So attend webinars like this. There are some other. There's one that is going to happen very soon. Take LinkedIn Local. Yeah, so there's one that's going to happen very soon. You can also join that one. So attend webinars, seminars, conferences that will bring you in contact with professionals in your career path of choice, and also people that they are just growing, like as I said, in internship and shadowing. So you can connect with them and everything. So I've done a lot of things before I get to know the specific niche meant for me. Personally, before I was learning digital marketing. I did this Google Digital Garage course, did a certification course on digital marketing, but I just saw that this thing is not for me. It's not something I can actually build a career around, and it's for me can be something so as someone else to build a career on. But I saw that it was not for me, so I had to like change. So you have to be flexible with it. You have to be flexible with your career choice. Something might not actually work. In 2020, that was during COVID-19. I tried a lot of things. I lost money, wasted time, but I don't see them as wasted times because I feel their experiences. So what I've learned now, I've learned them. So I will just improve on them later and I will continue. So let's move on to the next step. So we are now going to LinkedIn strategization and optimization. So we'll talk about what LinkedIn is, how to get started, how to optimize your LinkedIn, and the tips for building a great LinkedIn profile. So basically what I'm doing today is just like I'm brushing through everything. So if you need specifics, you can always message me later or discuss with me, and you can always watch this video again on WhatsApp, on YouTube. Okay. So you can also watch this again on YouTube later. So talking about LinkedIn strategization and optimization. What is LinkedIn? LinkedIn is a social networking app primarily used for the professional networking and career development. So basically, LinkedIn is used for professional networking and developing your career. There are a lot of professionals on LinkedIn and can connect with them and develop your career from that. Also, LinkedIn allows you to create and manage professional profiles, helps you to connect with colleagues and industry peers, even potential employers and clients. So on LinkedIn, there are a lot of professionals. So you can also build your own professional profile gradually. So you also meet colleagues. There are a lot of UI students that I've connected with on LinkedIn, and I see their posts, I see opportunities and everything, and from there we grow together. You also see industry peers. There are a lot of people that learn data analysis, people that are doing research, people that are doing public health that have actually connected to because of LinkedIn. So those are the opportunities that LinkedIn brings to you naturally based on the algorithm that is set there. So even potential employers, there are people that just by seeing your profile that this is what you do, if they need your help, they might employ you, and from there you earn and continue with that. One great feature of LinkedIn is the algorithm, as I said earlier. LinkedIn algorithm helps you to gain relevant connections, but you need to know how to harness it. That's it. LinkedIn algorithm, like there's a way it brings people that are related to your field to your line based on your profile, based on your everything. Because when you start building your profile, we'll talk about that later, Sha. When you have your bio, when you have your certifications, when you have your experience, so it brings people that are related in that area to your timeline and can easily connect with them and grow from there. So getting started. So you need to download the LinkedIn app on your phone. You can also use the web version. So sign up with your phone number and email. use your professional. I will switch my screen to LinkedIn to show you guys some things, but let me just go through all this just to explain to you. Use your professional name to sign up. So if use your name and your surname, like just two names are okay. So your surname and your first name, that's fine. Or your first name first, your surname second. Anyone is fine. So use the professional headshot as your display picture. Don't use a random picture, like something that looks professional as your display picture. So LinkedIn optimization. So before I start, let me state that LinkedIn optimization is a continuous process. You can't do it all in a day. You can't sit down and say, I want to optimize my LinkedIn in a day. Yes, you can do a lot of things in a day, but it's something that you continue to do throughout your career life. Change things, you optimize this, you change this, you add your certification, you add your experience, you get a new job, you take a skill, things like you add them every day to your profile and you grow. So let us start with different sections on LinkedIn and what they mean. This part of the webinar is going to be very practical. Like I'm going to switch to LinkedIn very well and explain some things. So the sections on your LinkedIn profile is divided into three parts: the core sections, the recommended sections, and the additional section. Let me switch my screen to LinkedIn so that I'm coming. So can somebody indicate in the chat box if they can see my LinkedIn profile? Just indicate in the chat box if you can see my LinkedIn profile. Okay. Can you see now? Okay, that's fine. So let's continue. So this is my LinkedIn profile. Let me just give a general overview. This might be quite different from what you see on your phone because this is my cover picture. This is my cover picture. This is my display picture. So this is my professional name, Oluwadamilare Fabiyi. So this is my bells. Can you see? Founder and lead researcher, public health data. So someone that checked this already knows that I do something along public health and data analysis. So there's data analyst here, there's health analytics, there's epidemiology, there's research. So these are basically things that if somebody just search for epidemiology online on LinkedIn, might actually bring my profile up because it's on my bio. So there's also, this is my public auditor watch is here. There's University of Ibadan here also. So people from University of Ibadan can easily connect to me because they know I'm a UI student. So let me just show other parts. So this is featured, like this is basically for things that maybe a news company, in an online news carries you or they feature you in their news. You can actually add it here. I'm adding my resume here because somebody might just go to my profile and see my resume and see, this is one of my certification. This is one of my certification. I think there are others here also. Let me just go into that one yet. Let me just show you the general overview of everything. So these are my posts. So this is the experience section of LinkedIn. So it shows my experience, things that I've done. So when somebody sees it, somebody knows what I've done and what they can actually get from me. So these are this is education, University of Ibadan. This is nano degree, a specialization course from Coursera, and there are like 6 years. So let me just move on from there. So these are basically licenses and certifications. So these are projects that I've done. So this is volunteering. So these are different sections. So if you have a lot of things that you've done, you have volunteered somewhere, you can add it there. If you have an experience, maybe an internship or something, you can add it up here. If you have education, maybe major, not just any education, like things that actually the old value, you can add it to the education section. But basically, education is made for maybe your university, your secondary school and all, but things that actually. So once I think it will soon log us out. You can join back with the same link when it logs out. So these are the sections. Basically, let me just switch to the former screen so that I will explain the theory, then come back to practical. So I know you can see my screen now. So let me continue basically. So these are the sections, core sections. Somebody can just confirm in the chat box that they can see my screen. So we have the core sections, we have the recommended sections, and we have additional sections. So let's start from the core sections. So we have this section are the basics that anyone new to LinkedIn should first fill. So if you are just joining LinkedIn tonight or tomorrow morning, you need to fill your core sections. So they are the major ones on which the LinkedIn algorithm is based. They are absolutely necessary. They are education. This shows your educational qualifications. Position. This shows any position that you have occupied that adds to your experience. Career break. This shows any pause from your career path that makes you unique. This one is not so necessary, but if you have, you can add it. Skills. This shows any skill you possess. If you can use Microsoft Word, you can add it. You can use all Microsoft Office applications, you can add it. If you can code with Python, you can add it. HTML, anything that is on the LinkedIn website to bring you pop-ups, and you can actually select it. And so these are the core sections. If you are joining LinkedIn today, you need to add all these: education, position, career break, skills. All these are different from your picture. You have to have a display picture. You have to have a name. You have to have a decent bio. You have to have a decent about. So you fill those ones first. Then you now do these core sections. So this core section you can actually fill them first because they're important. Then the recommended sections. So later, when you start growing on LinkedIn, you can start adding your featured. So wherever they feature, you can add it to it. Maybe a news, maybe even your resume. You can add your resume there. Your certification, and there are some certifications that give you what do they call badge. So you can add your certification badge. You can add your publication, anything that you want people to easily see on your profile. You can add it to them. Maybe your post that you want people to easily see. You can add it. So also licenses and certifications. This shows any certification or license that you have that adds to your professionalism. So don't just add any unnecessary certificate to your LinkedIn. Think actually add. Okay, sorry for that. So also your recommended sections. So just you can add your featured licenses and certifications. So don't just add any certification, things that actually that they go in line with what you are building for yourself. Those are the things that you need to add on your LinkedIn. Also project that they are in line with what you are building your profile towards. You know, if you check my profile now, is mainly towards data analysis and public health. So if I'm adding any certification there, it has to be certification that is in line with data analysis and public health. Do you understand? So also you can add courses. There are some courses that you take in university that they don't really have certificate. For example, if I did a course PSM, I don't remember the code now, but is a biostatistics course. I didn't have any certificate for it. So there's a place to just add PSM 201, what you learned, biostatistics in public health. So just add it there. They know that you have a knowledge of biostatistics, even though you don't have a certificate for it. Also, you have recommendations. This one is I don't have any recommendation on my profile yet because I just feel let me calm down. You can try to tell maybe a professional colleague to write a recommendation for you, and you can also write for them. So if you write for someone to show your profile, if they also write to you that this is what I know about this guy, he knows how to use this things very well, is a good team worker. They can help you to write it, recommend you to your prospective employers, and you can also write for others. So if you write for others, to show your profile. If you write for you, to also show your profile. So that's how that works. Let's move on to the next. So these are the additional sections. These are things that you can also add additionally. So, we've done 3 now. There's course section, there's recommended section, there's additional section. These 3 are still different from the fact that you need to have a decent display picture, a good bio, a good about, and some other complexity. So later there are still some things that you can do, but let me just do all this. These are the basic things. You can easily discover all the remaining things yourself, and you can still meet me and discuss all those with me later. So let's move on. So you can add your volunteer experience. I think you saw that on my profile. You can add your publications. If you've written papers, you can add it here. If you've written even articles, write it there. If you have patents, add it. Your honors and awards, add it. Test scores. For example, if you write IELTS or TOEFL now, you can add it to your profile. Also, languages that you speak. For example, I speak Pidgin, so it's on my profile. Yoruba is there, English is there. So they can give you opportunities when you don't even know. So organizations that you belong to, you can add it to your profile, and courses that you're passionate about. So let me just show you. Let me show you this on okay. Let me finish everything about LinkedIn before I go back to my profile. So tips to building a great LinkedIn profile. Follow or connect to only people who you see as relevant to your career. So people that you think are relevant to your career and growth. Maybe this person is your close friend. Yes, you can start to connect to the person. Maybe this person is in your career line. You want to grow together, you can connect to the person. Maybe this person has gone ahead of you. You want to treat them as a mentor, you can connect to the person. If this person is far up there, but you want to easily have access to them and see their posts and get opportunities, you can treat them as models and connect to them. So you have to, any connection you are making, you have to make it relevant, because if you connect with someone now, any post the person make will come to your newsfeed, and you can't afford to have things that are unnecessary to your own growth on your newsfeed. So if you have too much unnecessary things, you don't even know when you are going to miss opportunities and things that are important to your newsfeed. Do you get my point? So you need to connect with people that are only relevant to your career and your growth. Also, update your profile regularly. It can be every week, it can be every month. Maybe the last time I updated my profile was last month. I don't know, but at least I still post regularly. So just update your profile regularly and move on from that. Also, follow or connect with people that are ahead in your career path. I already talked about that. Keep your eyes open for opportunities. I've gotten a lot of opportunities on LinkedIn. I can't speak on that exhaustively. Basically, there was a course I did was it last year, 2021? I can't remember now. The course is an Udacity Nano degree course. Normally, the course costs, I think, $1,700, and I got an ALX scholarship to do it. So where was I going to get $1,700 for to do a course? But that degree course, I think lasted for like 4 months. It was you see it on my profile when I get back to my profile. The real price is $1,700, and I was able to get the opportunity, and I got it from LinkedIn. So you can always keep your eyes open for opportunities, and so this can be done by opening LinkedIn every day. This might not be really realistic, but it's possible. At least I try to open LinkedIn every day. When I wake up every morning, I check all my social media apps. Then I freeze them back so that they won't distract me. So I check everything in the morning. It's only WhatsApp that I think I check. WhatsApp and Twitter that I check on the go. But mostly Instagram, everything, I check them, everything in the morning and in the evening. So you can do that 10 to 20, 30 minutes. You check all your social media accounts and you'll be fine. You can log them somewhere back so that they won't distract you and move on to others that you need for the day. So interact with people at similar stage or people in your career path, people that you want to grow together, interact with them. You can always connect with them on LinkedIn, like their posts, repost if it's relevant, like interact with people, because when you interact more, to bring things that are related to that to your profile, to your newsfeed, and you can easily get opportunities from there. So your school colleagues, your career professionals, your models and all. So this thing will log us out in less than 1 minute. So let's join back with the same link, please. So let's just leave. Let me just stop it now. So join back with the same link.